on this setup, this is made for more cinematography work, but for this setup, he can tilt the camera, control it, zoom it, take still pictures, control that, and then also spin it around independently of where I'm flying. So, I'm going to wait for this one.
Oh, he's not. I'd buzz him.
Alright, it's Mark Lodrick from the Allegan Conservation here. I'm here with Eric and Tom from EAI, that's Expertise in Aerial Imaging from Grand Rapids. They came out for our cover crop field day to demonstrate an aerial octocopter and its potential for crop scouting. Why don't you fellas just run through the kind of the general capabilities of these modern drone aircraft? Do you prefer drone or?
Well, the drone is the catchword that people use. It's not technically the anchor word, but it's most commonly used. The aircraft is a tool that's meant to provide people access to things that they can't do themselves and obtain normally. So this unit's purpose built for cinematography and commercial applications, for video and film, for doing movies, photos, web videos, those types of things.
Yeah, you guys can hoist a pretty big camera with that particular unit.
Correct. Yeah, this will carry a 15-pound camera.
Wow.
It's a cinematography grade large unit with big lenses, and even to the point of having remote controlled focus. So it's a really nice unit.
Okay.
Go ahead there. Yeah, with the small camera that we were flying today over the field, that gives us the opportunity to do not only wide perspective, but also has remote zoom capability and also the ability to remote trigger photos. So when we're out there in the field, if we see a specific location that is in question, we can zoom in, right down, close on a plant, take those images and bring those back.
That's great. And that would be one of the advantages to using a copter, a rotary wing aircraft over a fixed, where, in order to get back with a fixed wing, you'd actually have to turn the plane around and buzz back, where you guys can hover and pan and tilt and all that. But, we talked quite a bit today at the field day about where this fits in with crop scouting, and I know you guys aren't agriculture guys, but where do you, from a company looking to deliver services, where do you see yourselves fitting into the agriculture industry going forward here?
I think, the advantage that we bring to the agricultural industry is that of quick deployment, quick review, getting information back to the farmer, and letting him know what locations in his field he then needs to send people on the ground to do inspections.
Right.
So it's purely speeding up that process for them to address an issue.
So you're not so much looking to displace the human crop scout as much as redirect them to areas where there might be a problem.
Exactly.
There's no
help them with efficiency.
There's no replacement for having people on the ground and having that in your hand review of what you need to be looking at. No different than soil samples and those types of things. So you have to be touching it, looking at it. But this is a preventative, precautionary, kind of first alert type of system that we'd like to help with the service for.
Yeah. Now, as we talked about, you've got a pretty big horse here. For the kind of smaller, say 1 to 2 pound payload units like this, where does that fall in the industry price-wise from your experience?
It would, for reliability's sake, you'd want to have at least be right around the $5,000 to $7,000 market price.
Okay.
And that's a ready-to-go unit. You can piecemeal things to get them less expensive or get them from offshore resources, but we always tend to save the best we can get. For an application like this, you'd still want to have really reliable, really good equipment.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to drop it in a cornfield and not be able to find it.
Exactly.
Find it with the combine that fall, that gets a little disappointing in a hurry.
Yes.
And the thing is there's GPS systems that are out there that can make this job very repeatable, very reliable, and that's what we're exploring.
Yeah. So by using software, modern GPS technology, you can basically get these things that do most of the flying themselves. You don't have to be a helicopter pilot and all of that. You don't. So, what else? You talked a little bit about the trade-off between adding extra batteries for more time versus adding the extra weight, and how it becomes counterproductive. I'm sure you guys follow this more than the average person. Where do you see battery technology going in the future? Are there breakthroughs on the horizon that are going to make this that much better?
If anybody pays attention to like even the car industry and the applications for electric hybrids, batteries are coming along quick. They are getting better and lighter and more capacity. They're not keeping up with it as much as they need to. There's not going to be huge advancements too far in the near future, but hopefully there's a lot of technologies that are kind of in the rumor mill that might make it a more reasonable, feasible, lighter weight, better, quicker charge. Charge time and cycles and how many batteries you have is also part of that equation. So when you're doing a big field, you have to have a full day's worth of batteries. So if batteries get less expensive, you can have more, you can do a better job, faster, same type of thing. So
they're charging fairly rapidly now. You get a couple of sets of batteries, you can keep going all day as long as you can keep them charging.
Yeah, well, we typically, what we're doing right now is we have 7 full sets of batteries. Those batteries allow us a little over an hour of actual flight time. And as we bring the unit down with a set of batteries that have been used up, we have a remote charge station right here in the vehicle. We bring them down, put them on the remote charge station, get those going, put on a new set of batteries on the aircraft, and get back up in the air. So we try to keep that our battery process continual throughout the day to eliminate downtime.
Okay. Is there any advantage to, I guess, what we'd think of as a more traditionally shaped helicopter, with a main rotor and a tail rotor? I know I've seen some video online of people using those to hoist fairly good-sized cameras as well.
These units, the multi-rotors, are more stable. They're smoother. They produce a little less wind because you're distributing everything out away from it as opposed to one giant blade whirling around. They're also safer. If they were to be a problem, you have X amount of blade versus 5 feet of blade, and so there's some advantages to that. But for the power consumption and efficiency, these are definitely better. So that's why they're the better tool for the job versus a more traditional helicopter single rotor application.
Okay.
So they don't carry the speed or have the agility of one of those helicopters, though.
Yeah. I know you've been talking to some people at MSU about potential crop scouting for the potato industry, for example. What are you hearing from our academic institutions about the future of this? Is there a lot of interest from Michigan State and from other research-oriented outfits?
Yeah, we have been speaking with a gentleman by the name of Chris Long at Michigan State University. He has a huge interest in the Michigan potato growers industry, and his primary focus is near-infrared imaging, trying to give information back to the crop growers throughout the season. And we're going to be working with him starting in October to dial in that process, so the next spring we can run through an experimental season with him and gain the documentation and data he needs to present to the industry to show value.
There are companies out there that are getting ready to provide this in the industry as well. Universities are having programs specifically for it, for commercial sector piloting and building, unit building applications, GPS and software programming. So the academia and the commercial sectors are getting ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. How about a website?
www.eaiaerial.com is where you can find us.
All right. Well, guys, really, thank you so much for coming out today. It was really more fun than a bucket of kittens. We had a great time with it, and we'll let you know we get some other opportunity for you to come out and do it again.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot.
Having us.
All right, Mark Ludwig, Allegan Conservation District. equipment.